So today I was reminded of one of the pearls of wisdom that was imparted on me from my very first coach at the age of 10 or 11 when I used to do figure skating. And he used to quote from who I now know as Vince Lombardi, who was a famous coach. And he would always say, practice does not make perfect, only perfect practice makes perfect. And it's interesting how over time, right, that how that sometimes resonates with you differently at different times. So what we mean by perfect practice is not for perfectionists to have a superiority complex and feel morally superior. Perfect practice is actually more around the concept of actually practicing things perfectly by hammering in the details and focusing in on the basics, or focusing on the basics primarily. So the whole idea here was that, if you do that by just having a bit of focused attention on the basics consistently, then you'll see leaps and bounds and more improvement in far less time than the person who takes a different approach. And, I guess the other point is as well, is like sometimes when people take a change, they'll spend some money, they'll spend some time, but they won't actually go away and do the work, or they kind of just sort of float on the surface and don't really fully engage in the process. And I guess my point is that unless you actually lean in and actually focus on what you're doing and really master the basics, you're not going to get the results that you're looking for. And so it's not going to feel like it's worth the time or money that you put in, because you haven't actually made the most or given yourself the chance to actually be fully engaged in the process and actually make that process worthwhile. So lean in, get involved, do the work. And then what have you got to lose? Because the only thing you're going to get feedback from is where you had points of resistance or potentially where you failed, which unless you, and then that's going to give you learnings, right? And then if you keep going, you're not going to have failed. Eventually what it is that you'll come back bigger and stronger and learn. You only fail if you quit, right? So by doing the process and getting fully involved, you give yourself the best chance to actually get that transformation that you're looking to see. So yeah, don't try and do it all at once. Just focus consistently on doing the basics and really engaging and leaning in that process.